test flight numero uno. I'm gonna need a helmet. Recently, I completed a passion project of mine. I constructed the jetpack from the Rocketeer. However, this epic journey is not over. There's still one piece of this puzzle that I needed to solve, and that is the helmet. Fortunately for me, I did not have to cut apart and weld a radio to make this helmet. I, as I do so often, made this a 3D printing project. However, my 3D printer is not the biggest, and printing a full helmet isn't possible. And that means I have an enormous amount of sanding, gluing, priming, and filling ahead of me. Two-thirds of this project was spent alternating between a myriad of different sandpapers, power tools, 3 different kinds of putty, Bondo, and epoxy sculpt. Those of you wondering just what exactly I'm doing here, well, no, I am not decorating a cake. I am faking welding seams. And, pro tip, if you want to fake a welding seam on any kind of prop, Quick Seal is a really good tool to do so. Because the walls of this helmet were so thin, I reinforced the major connection points with epoxy sculpt. After what felt like an eternity, I can finally give this helmet its iconic copper sheen. First up is a layer of flat black, and then something in the range of, we'll say 7 to 8 coats of a copper paint. And my particular flavor of copper is Turbo Dork's 2 cents. The painting process did take a little bit of time, but it was well worth it. Once the paint fully cured, there were 2 more stops left on this epic journey. I had to make sure this copper dome fit my head, and then of course, I needed eye protection. Some EVA foam, which got cut and glued into place, ensured this helmet would stay on my head, and then 2 squares of a smoky gray acrylic shielded my eyes from the elements. The eyeballs for my wonderful shiny dome were actually the hardest part about this whole project. A couple problems that presented themselves during this whole stage were: one, was sourcing the plastic. It took a fair amount of sifting through the interwebs to find a purveyor of plastic. Second, the squares of plastic were flat and the helmet is curved, so it took a fair amount of heating with the heat gun and pressing and forming to get them to fit into place. To fit my eye shields into place, I used a combo of E6000 and every crafter's go-to, hot glue. Okay, so I lied. There was one final stop I neglected to mention, and that was weathering. Fortunately enough for me, all this needed was a simple brown wash, and that finally finishes the project. Thank you all for watching this video. The Rocketeer has been a tremendous passion project of mine. When I was little, I fell in love with the movie, and now that I'm older and have the ability to make my own Rocketeer cosplay, I'm just over the moon with excitement. Again, thank you all for watching, thank you all for supporting this channel, and if you like what you saw, maybe give us a little subscription, hit the little bells, do all those fancy things, and if you're hungry for more of this kind of content, well, you're in luck. We have over 200 other videos of us making and creating cool things. With all that out the way, it's time to see how I did with my final sexy shots.